Reflections from parents of our Philadelphia, Mississippi Center.
My name is Jamie Mazingo, and Tyler is my firstborn. Once you get to know him, he has a sense of humor, and he actually loves being around people. You don't have to buy him a lot of stuff or entertain him. He just soon be with you and hang out.
My name is Pam Smith, and my child is Reagan Smith. Reagan is a people person. He enjoys talking to people, meeting people, and he's a Mississippi State fan all the way. He enjoys life. He is a happy camper most of the time.
I'm Jonna Barnes, and my son is John Thomas Barnes. I would describe John Thomas as, we used to always call him our social butterfly, because he loves people, he loves to be around people. I read a book about Williams syndrome, what he has, and they called it cocktail personality. And so that kind of describes him. He loves music. Most people that know him know that he loves all kinds of music. He may be listening to Elvis. That was his first love, of Elvis. And then he loves country music. He loves praise and worship. He loves rock music. So he loves everything music, and it helps him with his anxiety to calm him down. You may not always know that he's anxious, but you usually see him with his headphones. So most people recognize him from that.
My name is Steve Moody. My son is Andrew Moody. He is 26 years old and he has Down syndrome. Andrew's personality is like a world of difference that nobody sees it a lot of times.
As Tyler got older, some of my biggest concerns and worries were, where is he? Is this all? Is he going to sit at the house all day and not progress and not enjoy life? What was his life going to be like now that he's getting older?
As he's gotten older, of course, aging out of school, we were worried about, of course we think about what would happen if something happened to us. But more on a day-to-day basis, what would he do? He stays with his grandmother, and then goes to another program, but he needs to be around people more his age and be involved and stimulated, and he gets that at the Refuge. He does.
As Andrew gets older, we're like, who's going to take care of him? What is his future? How is he going to be accepted, or basically who's going to really take care of him as he gets older, or as Rose and I get older? And one of the things with the Refuge is we don't have to worry about his needs being met and most of his wants. They take care of it all for him. But
I think that the biggest concern has been what happens if I go before he does. What's going to happen to him? Who's going to take care of him?
As a parent, as a mother, thinking about Tyler's future, I wanted him to feel included and to have activities and to have a life full of joy, really. And it wasn't looking like that, and it scared me. It really did. And there was one morning that we were all getting ready to go to work, boys were going to school, and he just looked at me and he teared up. And it's like he didn't understand why he couldn't go to school anymore. And that done it for me there. I knew that he needed more than that.
He's never stayed with anybody but family. One of the challenges to me with having a special child is knowing they have a safe place. And so we've never really left him with anybody, except when he went to school. So having a safe place. And we met Brooke through our son's church. And learned about the Refuge, and he enjoyed it. He didn't have a qualm. At first he was a little nervous, but he walked in and he enjoyed it that week, that last summer. And then we started recently coming the last few months again, kind of getting him used to it again, and he enjoys coming. He knows, he doesn't hesitate when I say, okay, we're going tomorrow, and he just comes in and just has not skipped a beat coming in. I think getting used to the routine, routine is so important, so that's been a blessing for us.
Before the Refuge, there was absolutely zero options in Philadelphia for Andrew or anything to take care of Andrew. It was nothing here to help in any way. It was gonna boil down to one of two things: either myself or my wife, one of the two, were gonna have to quit, stay home, quit their job, stay home, and take care of him.
The lack of care options in our community, my other boys, we would rely on them a lot. And I mean, work schedules, and it really wasn't very many options for us to keep him at home. And most of them around Newton County are all day and all night, you living there, and we wasn't ready for that. And so it took all of us, and we still struggled.
It's important to us for him to have a safe place to be, and I feel like the Refuge is a safe place, a Christian-based program that he is not only having fun, but he's learning he learns at home and at our church, but that just involves him more with learning about Jesus and being immersed in the worship that they have in the mornings was something exciting for us to know.
He calls it Jesus School. He says, Mom, am I going to Jesus School? And I said, yes, because he enjoys going there, interacting with people. He just enjoys doing what they do, activities. He gets to participate, and the staff there, they have compassion for the kids. And what they do, God bless them.
The Refuge has helped Tyler grow. He's done new things that we probably would have never even thought about letting him try. Horse riding, even though he rode with me as a baby, he's not in, I don't have the capability of doing that kind of things. On a day-to-day, the Refuge, you could tell the days he comes home, he's giggling, he's happy, versus just sitting there when he was at home. He's just looking at you like, ugh. So it gives him purpose.
John Thomas enjoys the piano, the keyboard. He told me that I asked him what his favorite part, besides Miss Brooke. But he said he loves to play the keyboard.
He calls it his college. So that motivates him to every day he wants to get up and go to college. He wants to go see his buddies, and everyone there is his buddy, is his friend. He's got to go. He's got to be there. One of the things nobody knows about is it doesn't matter what time we pass by the Refuge, Andrew's going to wave. It could be morning, noon, or night. He's going to wave at it. He wants everybody to know that's his college, that's his place.
The Refuge has helped me at work, believe it or not, because I was rushing home, trying to rush through and get home and take care of him, and I know he's happy and he's being well taken care of, and so I can focus on my job. And the rest of them, my older boys, they get to do what they want, and instead of Mama steady saying, hey, I need you to be here for Tyler.
It has made a difference having a safe place for him to be and to be around people his age. people like him, and he can be included and not just be himself, and to know that the caregivers here care for him and love him and are getting to love him, growing to love him. And that's been a big part, and seeing him happy to come, and he enjoys himself. So that's been important to us.
Families that have disabilities is a 24/7 job, 365 days a year. Many families that had disabilities or caregivers never popped up and said, "Hey, God, pick us. Pick me. We can do this." God says, we'll send it to them. That's their job. And then along comes this guy, Derek Grinshaw, that does something beyond what families think about. He takes time to take 3 guys to a football game. You say, well, that's nothing to that. But it was time that he could have spent with his family that he chose to spend with these 3 guys. And that makes a whole different outlook, that how he loves people and want to spend time with other people with disabilities.
The lack of care options in our communities, it scared me, because then I realized, I guess, we're a part of a community that gets kind of left behind and not looked at for the needs, and it affected jobs, school at the time. It was a struggle.
As a parent, you want your kids to enjoy life. You want your kids to do the best that they can in whatever they do. So it's the same for us with kids that have challenges. They're no different, except maybe things are a little different. But in a little achievement is a celebration. So what you want as a parent for your child, we want the same thing.
We were really excited when John Thomas got to be in the play and be a part of the play. When Miss Brooke asked us, could he participate, I was very excited. I was nervous because he's never done that before. And it was special to us because he's never been included. He's never, you watch your grandkids or your other children being stuff as they're growing up, and he never got to do that. So it was very important to us to see him.
If people in the community would just take time to get to know these guys and girls, these people with disabilities, get to know them and visit with them, it means a whole different ballgame to caregivers and family members. Like, wow, that was like amazing. It's just a whole different attitude.
The Refuge is very important to our community. For those of us that have a special needs adult child, there's not very many options. But not only the options, but the Refuge, with people volunteering and donating and helping, it keeps a safe Christian environment that I know Tyler can thrive in.
Urge you to, if you don't know a lot about it, to find out about the Refuge. It's a great place, and it's a great resource for parents that have children that are growing up with special needs.
The programs like the Refuge are essential to any community because it gives parents a peace of mind, where before the parents may not have any kind of, like, what's going to happen? What we're going to do? How we're going to do this? How we're going to do that? When you have the refuge, and then you can say, hey, they can help us with that. They can help where I need help, and I don't have to worry about Andrew or somebody setting the house on fire or being by themselves or whatnot. They right there to help them.
I would like to say to the staff at the Refuge, thank you. It takes a big heart to love on our kids. I know Tyler, for one, sometimes you don't know what he's thinking, and if you do, you're thinking he's not very happy about this. But he really enjoys, and he needs people that love on him and understand him.
I say Yakokichito from the bottom of my heart.
I like for everyone to understand people with disabilities are like everyone else. They're human beings. They want one thing in life, what everybody else wants, to be loved and accepted. Okay, two things in life: love and accepted, for they're part of God's plan, that they are created in the image of God Himself. Because if you stop and thinking as you read your Bibles, everyone Jesus healed had a disability. He didn't turn away from them. He was right there with them. And what we need more than anything in the world is our churches and the people of God to stand up and be with us and say, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to take care of them. What I'd like to really see is a lot more of our community and churches and businesses get behind the Refuge and say, look, we got your backs at all times. We're right there with you. We know that they're humans and that each one of them are created in the image of God, and we want to support you and take care of you with whatever your needs are.
Well, you ain't no Tom, well, you ain't no friend of mine. Thank you very much.
For more ways on how you can support the Refuge, visit www.refugeofms.org.
I have a future, and it's worth